As I said, due to time constraints, we have covered this chapter very faster. I will cover this chapter once again, that is about date function. So we have to find out the age of all the employees. We are going to find out the age in terms of years, months and days. To find out the age, we need two dates. One date is date of birth, another date is today's date. In some other cell, let me type the today's date. So when I type TO, tell me when I type TO, this today function is available. Could you tell me how can I select this today function without typing it? Very good. Keyboard is tab, mouse means double click. Very good. So if you are using mouse, you can make a double click. If you are using a keyboard, you can use the tab key. So let me press the tab key. No need to close the bracket. The bracket will be automatically closed. In Excel, there are so many functions available. All the functions will be listed here. When you go to formula fx, the function will be there. Fx here, the formula will be there. Or you can use the shortcut key shift F3. It will show you the formula list. And you can see category wise all the formulas will be available here. I'll select all. And suppose I want to find out what is the usage of this ABS. So I can see what is the usage of the ABS on the bottom. Or still if you are not able to understand, you can click here, help on the function. It go to online and it shows me the help, how to use the function with an example. With the example, it's available. So you can see the example. Still, if you are not okay with the example, you can select this and you can copy the example and you can paste it also. So this is how you can explore the example. But one function which is hidden in Excel, this is the only function which is not available. This is hidden in Excel. The function name is date diff. D-A-T-E-D-I. Date diff, bracket open. What is the first date? The first date should be date of birth, comma. The second date, the end date should be today's date, comma. I want the age in terms of years. So you have to put a double quotes and put a y. Why we are using double quotes is all the text inside a formula and function should be in double quotes. Not only in Excel, all the software in the world. Any software in the world, whenever you type a text inside a formula or function, it has to be with the double quotes. So let me close the double quotes. If I open the quotes, that has to be closed. Bracket close, enter. It shows me the age. Age is 47. Starting date, comma, ending date, comma, double quotes, Y, close double quotes and enter. It shows me the date, age. And how can I copy this on the bottom? You can go to the corner here and you can make a double click to copy this on the bottom. But when you copy it on the bottom, it is throwing some error. The reason why it is throwing some error is because B11 and G7, when I copy the formula on the bottom, the B11 will turn into B12, G7 will turn into G8. So this is how it will be copied on the bottom. Whenever you copy the formula row wise, the row number will change, increment automatically. But I don't want this row number to increment. But before that, could you tell me how can I check the formula? How is my formula? How is this incrementing? I want to check the formula. I want to see the formula. One is control tilde. Very good. Go to formula and click on show formulas or control tilde. Here you can check your formulas. B11, G7, B12, G8, B12, B13, G9. So when I come down, this 7 is turning into 8, 9 and 10. This is one method to check the formula. Control tilde to come back. There is one more method to check the formula. What is another method to check the formula? Very good. Formula, trace precedence. So based on which two cells we have done the formula. The trace precedence will be useful not only here. When you write some VLOOKUP functions, when you write some other functions also, this trace precedence will be very useful. We'll see it today. We'll see it while using lookup function. We'll see how to use this trace precedence. So based on these two cells, this formula is calculated. So when I come down, this G7 is turning into G8. I don't want this G7 to turn into G8. So you have to find out the constant and you have to put a dollar. How can I put the dollar is, one is before 7, you can manually type a dollar like this, or you can even use the shortcut key. The shortcut key is F4. Once or twice you can press the shortcut key F4, so it will put a dollar before 7. So if you are putting something before, that will be fixed. I think we are inserting a dollar before 7, so 7 is fixed here. When I copy it on the bottom, yes, we got the output. This is to find out the years. Same function. Date diff, open bracket, starting date, that is date of birth, comma, today's date, once again, and I can press F4 to fix it as a constant, comma, double quotes. I want it in months. Why? Yeah. Because after years, what is the number of months? After years. close bracket, yes, 3 months. Double click to copy this. Same thing, I can use same date diff, open bracket, starting date is date of birth, comma, today's date, F4 once again, comma, double quotes, month, MD, double quotes close, bracket close, 14 days. So this is months and this is days. Okay. And we have one more that is called as YD, which will show you after years how many days are there. Now could you tell me how can I get this in one cell? For example, in a single cell, I want 47 years, 3 months and 10 days in one cell. Tell me how can I get it here? Super. Flash fill. Justify can be used if the data is in row wise, not in column wise, and justify can be used if it is a text. But flash fill, excellent. So let me type one example here. 47 years, 3 months, 14 days. So this is how I want the output. So I type the one example. Check with one example whether one example is working. If one example is not working, try with 2 examples. Let me press Ctrl E. I think it's working fine. Yes, it's working fine. If it is not working, then you can give one more example and you can press Ctrl E also. So just give one example and you can press Ctrl E. Flash filling. Super. Right. So this is what we did yesterday using the date function. Now we are going to jump into exercise number 12. Exercise number 12, as I indicated, we are going to start with some logical functions. We'll see some new function also available, which will work in 19, which will work in 20, 21, 365. I will explain both the function. First, we will start with the classical function, older function, exercise number 12. So please move on to the exercise number 12. In exercise number 12, we have some data, we have some columns available here where I can see sales ID, there is sales ID, there is region, there is sales date, there is payment type, and there is sales amount. So now what are we going to do this? Assume we are going to find something called as discount. Yesterday we have seen about conditional formatting. I don't know, exercise number 7 or 8. In 7 or 8, we have discussed about conditional formatting. Based on a condition, you can format a cell. But now here in this exercise, we are not going to see about conditional formatting. We are going to see about conditional formula. Technically, we call this as logical function. The technical name of this is logical function. Okay. So we are going to find out a discount. To find out the discount, what is a condition, what is a criteria? The condition or a criteria is find the discount. This question may not be available on your system, so please take a note of this. Find the discount where the sales amount is more than 4,000. So I want to check whether my sales amount is more than 4,000. If my sales amount is more than 4,000, then we are going to give a discount of 7%. So if the sales amount is more than 4,000, we are going to give a discount of 7. If the sales amount is not more than 4,000, then we are going to give a discount of 5%. So we are going to check a condition. If it is more than 4,000, I want to give a color. If it is less than 4,000, I want to give a color. That is conditional formatting. But if it is more than 4,000, I want to display a value. Less than 4,000, I want to display another value. So we are going to use conditional formula. So let us start with the old classical formula. Overall, using 2016, you had used only the old formula. New formula may not be available, but that new formula is available in Google Sheets and WPS. I will explain that formula. New formulas, we'll see that. Let me put equal to the logical function, popular function, most frequently used function. I can say no programmer in the world is available without using this function called as if. If bracket open. If bracket open. 3 inputs. We are going to give 3 inputs. Input number 1. You can see when I type if itself, it shows what is the usage of this if. When I type if, it's going what is the usage of the if. check whether a condition is met. If what it will do is, it will check whether your condition is met, your condition is okay or not. If the condition is okay, the condition is true, it will display a result. If the condition is not true, another value if it is a false. If the condition is okay, it will display a result. If the condition is not okay, it will display another result. That is the usage of this if. So let me open bracket, if open bracket, three inputs. Input number one, logical test. What is logical test? Logical test means the condition which we are going to test. Here I am going to test whether my sales amount is more than 4,000 or not. So we are going to give a test here. The testing is, I want to check that whether my sales amount is more than 4,000, comma, if it is more than 4,000, what is the value you want to display, comma, if it is not more than 4,000, what is the value you are going to display. Okay, let me do that. If, open bracket, my condition is sales amount more than 4,000. Select the cell where we have sales amount, E11 greater than 4,000. So E11 is greater than 4,000. We are checking whether the E11 is greater than 4,000, comma. If E11 is more than 4,000, comma, what is the value? You can see where is my cursor. How do I know where is my cursor? You can see it's bolder. Before putting the comma, you can see the logical test is bolder. My cursor is at logical test. After pressing comma, it comes to true. If this condition is true, what do you want to do? I want to display 7%. Either type 7% like this or type 0.07. Don't just put 7. If you are just putting 7, it will treat as 700%. So please be careful. Either type 7% or type 0.07, whichever is easier. So let me put 7%. If E11 is more than 4,000, 7%. If the E11 is not more than 4,000, comma, 5%. Close bracket, or no need to close the bracket. Excel will close it automatically if you are not closing the bracket also. Control enter to accept it. Enter will go to the next cell. Control enter will be in the same cell. Here we got 0.05. So it shows 0.05 here. That means 5 because it's less than 4,000. That's why it's 5. Could you tell me how can I convert this 0.05 into a percentage format? Control shift 5. Superb. Yesterday we have seen the shortcut keys, right? Around 6 shortcut keys: number format, time format, date format. And percentage is very easy to remember. Above 5 we have the percentage. So you have to press Control Shift 5. Yes. So it shows me 5%. And I can copy this on the bottom just by going to the corner and I make a double click on this. Yes. So we got the percentage here. Wherever my sales amount is more than 4,000, it will display 7%. Otherwise, it will display 5%. This is a classical old formula. We'll see some new formulas also. Okay. Right. But I don't like to have percentage. I want to know what is the discount value. I don't want the percentage. I want the discount value itself here. So how can I get that discount value? I want to edit this formula. How can I edit the formula? There are 3 methods of editing the formula. First method is you can go to the formula bar and you can make a click on the formula bar. Second method is you can go to this cell where we have written the formula. After your cursor is showing like this doctor symbol, you can make a double click on this to edit your formula bar. So edit the formula, double click. Third method, you can use the shortcut key F2. Function F2 is the shortcut key for editing your formula. So 3 methods to edit the formula. One is go to the formula bar and make a click. Second one is go to the formula here. When a cursor is like a doctor symbol, make a double click to edit it. And third one is F2. F2 for editing the formula. If E11 is more than 4,000, 7%, otherwise 5%. I don't want 7% or 5%. I want the discount amount here. So just multiply it. Come to the last. After bracket, just multiply it. Multiply it what? Sales amount. If it is more than 4,000, 7% into sales amount. Otherwise 5% into sales amount. 4,000 மேல இருந்தா 7% into sales amount. 4,000 கம்மியா இருந்தா 5% into sales amount. Control enter to accept it. But it says 145.00 percentage. Could you tell me how can I convert this percentage back to a number again? How can I convert a percentage to number? Control shift 1. Very good. But control shift 1 will give you the decimal points also. I don't want decimal points. I want only 145. Escape. Control shift tilde. Very good. Escape down in a pasting. Okay. Right. Control shift tilde or tilde. Your wish. Double click. Copy on the bot. That's why I told you that 6 shortcut keys will be very useful. Yesterday, few people didn't receive that shortcut keys. Okay. Now, this formula is simple, easy, perfect, but this is a very tiny formula, no issue. Suppose I am writing a very big complex formulas, bigger formulas. I want to evaluate how this formula, for example, I want to know whether this 145 is correct or not. Or I want to know how this 145 has arrived here. So I want to check this formula step by step, how it's working, whether it's working fine or not. I want to check it step by step. Very simple. Place the cursor on the cell. Place the cursor on the cell. Go to the formula tab. Go to the formula tab. Under the formula tab, you can see there is an option called as evaluate formula. Evaluate formula. If your screen size is very small, then the evaluate formula will look like this, a small icon, small button. So you have to click on this evaluate formula. Just click on the evaluate formula. It opens a dialog box where the formula is shown here. If E11 is more than 4007%, otherwise 5%. But I want to check this. Please watch for this underline. Please watch that underline. So now my cursor is on E11. E11. So click on evaluate. Actually, what is there in E11? E11 we have 2900. So it will check 2900 is greater than 4000 or not. It is checking here. Evaluate. Actually 2900 is not more than 4000. It is false. So if it is true, it will come to 7%. If it is false, it will come to 5%. Actually, it is false. So it's coming to 5% here. Evaluate. 5% means 0.05. Evaluate. 0.05 into E11. What is there in E11? Evaluate. E11 is having 2500, 2900. 0.05 into 2900. Evaluate. 145. This is how this formula has arrived. So, when you write a very big formulas, complex formulas, bigger formulas, step by step, whether we made some error, we didn't give a comma properly, whether it's giving a right solution or not, I want to evaluate it step by step. It's better when you write complex formula, please evaluate it, whether it's working fine or not. Sometimes you would have missed a comma, you would have given a wrong. It will accept the values, but your input, output may be a different one. So, better to check your formulas. I repeat once again. For example, I will check with the third row here. Maybe this row I want to check. Place the cursor, evaluate. It says E13 is greater than 4000. Evaluate. It is checking E13. E13 is 6300. 6000 is checking whether 6300 is more than 4000. Evaluate. It's true. Yes, now it's come to 7% because it's true. If it is false, it will go to 5%. Evaluate. So 7% is 0.07. Evaluate. 0.07 into E13, 0.07 into E13, that is 6300. Evaluate, 441 is my output. So this is how you can check your formula step by step. Even sometimes when you're getting a error also, you can check why there is a error, what mistake we have made. For this, we can use this evaluate formula. Okay. Customer, I'm going to use it region here. If the region is this, this is a value. Customer same thing. We'll see another example. Now, as he has indicated, I want to check multiple conditions here. We'll see the classical condition. We'll see the new formula also. Classical old formula. I don't want to say old formula. Maybe I'll say classical formula. And we want to see the latest formula also. We'll see the new formula. We'll see the old formula also. Now, what are we going to do is, we are going to find out the charges, other charges, based on the region. If the region is south, wherever my region is south, I'm going to give 150 as my charge. If the region is north, I'm going to give 175 as the charge. If the region is central, 190. South region is 150, north region is 175, central region is 190. Other regions are 0. Other regions are just 0. Okay. First, let me type the heading. How can I get 2 lines in one cell? One cell, 2 line. Wrap text. Alt enter. Very good. Super. Alt enter is the shortcut key for getting wrap text. Control B is for bolder, to change your heading as bolder. Now let us go with the classical formula itself. The same if formula. Equal to if, open bracket, select the cell where we have the region, that is B11, is equal to B11. Why I am using equal to? Because text can be compared with equal to only. You cannot use greater than, less than for text. Text can be used only with equal. Equal to, double quotes. Why double quotes? Because it's the text. Since it's a text character, you have to put a double quotes. Double quotes, south. Don't worry about the capital letter and small letters. It's not case sensitive. It's not case sensitive. Your spelling should be correct. Your spelling should be correct. Here I can see south, S is capital, but I'm not using capital here. No problem. No problem. But your spelling should be correct. If B11 is having south, if B11 is equal to south, double quotes, comma, 150. If B11 is equal to south, we are displaying 150. If B11 is not south, if it is south means 150, perfect. Last session, if it is more than something, we displayed a value. If it is not more than, we displayed another value. But here I would check 3 conditions. South 150, north is 175, central is 190. 3 conditions here. So first condition we have checked. If B11 is south 150, comma, one more if, second if, this is called as nested if. If inside a if kulla if. So that is called as nested if. Second if, same B11 is equal to double quotes, not. Please be careful. You have to use double quotes for all the text. To start the text, you have to use double quotes. While closing the text also, you have to close the double quotes. Please close the double quotes. Please do close the double quotes. B11 equal to south means 150. If B11 is equal to north means 175. So let us type 175 here. South along 150, north is 175. Third condition, one more if. Another if. First if south now 150, second if north is 175. Third, one more if. Same B11 is equal to double quotes central. So if B11 is south, we are saying 150. If B11 is north, we are saying 175. If B11 is central, then we are saying 190. Come on, we can add another if also. We can check if west is, if it is equal to west, 0, east equal to 0. But my question says, all the other region, except south, north and center, all the other region should be 0. So what I can do is, you can check with if, but the question itself says others are 0. So straight away, I can put a 0 here. If it is not south, if it is not north, if it is not central, then it's going to be 0. And close all the bracket at the last. All the bracket should be closed at the last. So bracket 1, you can see the color of the bracket. The color may vary from version to version. So purple bracket is this purple bracket. Last, if purple, this is closed here. Same purple is closed. Another bracket, red is closed. And all the version, the last bracket should be black. Last bracket should be in black in color. If the last bracket is not black in color, then there is a problem in your formula. You didn't write the formula properly. Or you missed some commas, you missed some double quotes. The last bracket, you should have the bracket closed, black in color. That's it. Enter or control enter. It says 0. Why it says 0? Because the region is west. Double click to copy this. Wherever the region is south, you will get 150. Wherever the region is north, you will get 175. Wherever the region is central, you will get 190. All the other regions are 0. Classical formula, we need some new formula. Was released Tamil movie based on this concept. Any idea? The concept are based on Tamil movie. All the open brackets should be closed at the last. The last bracket and first bracket should be black in color. For years, Munadi and the movie was very hit. After that, he has become a big actor, big music director. Background logic is they will not say it openly, open up but this concept. The concept of West Pandita that movie was done. All the open brackets should be closed at the last bracket should be black in color. The reason I was very movie. I'm looking before he was a director, he worked in bank with Microsoft Excel now. Excel now put it in there. So Vikram, அப்படின்னு ஒரு மூவி வந்து தமிழ். So all the open bracket, all the character, agent, they will அவன் என்னன்னு சொல்லி at last reveal பண்ணிட்டே வருவாங்க. They will reveal each character. Last bracket, first யாரு ஹீரோட bracket அதெல்லாம் கடைசியில க்ளோஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. பார்த்தீங்கன்னா தெரியும். First name, last name, hero will wear only the black dress. Black dress தான் போட்டு. இது movie director itself. இந்த கான்செப்ட் பேஸ் பண்ணி character of the model introduce பண்ணிட்டு அவங்கலாம் யாரு what are all the characters they will close it at the last. All the open bracket will close at the last. Last and first bracket will be in black. Okay. So this is a classical formula. Unfortunately, who are all using 2016, you cannot do this. Please take a note of it, but it's available in Google Sheets. Google Sheet, this formula is available, so you can take a note of it. 19, 21, 24, 365, this formula is available. Two formulas, two functions. First one is equal to, what is the disadvantage in this is? So I am using multiple ifs, you have to be very careful, you have to open all the bracket, you have to carefully close all the bracket. And second disadvantage is you can check maximum of 256 conditions here. 256 condition is higher, that's okay. And this if condition is little bit slower because every time it will go and check, it's little bit slower. So compared to that, we have another function available. That function name is equal to IFS. 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 Ifs bracket open. IFS, open the bracket. Logical test. Only one bracket open, only one bracket close. That's all. Logical test. What is the logical test? Condition. What is my condition? B11 is equal to double quotes south, comma 150. If B11 is south, 150. First condition. First condition, B11 south means 150. Over. Comma. Don't check second condition. Don't use second if. Don't use second if. Second test, logical test. Second test is same B11 is equal to north, comma 175. B11 equal to south means 150. B11 is equal to north means 175, comma condition result. Condition result. That's all. And third one is same B11 is equal to central, comma 190. Here one small challenge is, unfortunately, no false part. You can see here, logical test true, logical test true. If first condition is true, then return result. Second condition is true, another result. Third condition is true, another result. That's all. No false. If it is false, we cannot do this. So no other go. You have to check with all the 5 regions. All the 5 regions has to be checked here. Come on. Or we have one more option that I will explain in the next part. Fourth, you have to check for fourth region also. Same B11 is equal to west, comma 0. South is 150, north is 175, central is 190, west is 0. Fifth condition also you have to check. B11 is equal to east, comma 0. All the 5 regions you have to check it. No other go. As of now, no other go. Close only one bracket. Here no limitation. No 256. Unlimited ifs. You can use unlimited ifs and compare to that if this will be faster. Faster. When you write it for a very big table. This is okay, small table. When you write it for a very big table, compare to that, this will be much faster. So enter or control enter. You can see literally both are giving the same output. IFS, ifs. One more is available, we'll see that. Right? You can check with the text, we can check with the number. But unfortunately, one small disadvantage in IFS is no false part. First condition is true result, second condition is true result, third condition is true result. To solve it, we have one more function available in the latest version, equal to switch. Switch. The function name is switch. Function name is switch. Expression means select the cell based on which cell you are going to compare. I will check, select the cell B11. In IFS, in if, what we are doing is B11 is equal to south, B11 is equal to north, B11 is equal to west. We are checking one by one, but in in switch, just give B11 only once. B11, that's all, comma. What is the value in B11? Suppose in B11, double quotes, south. If you have south in B11, comma, 150. So it will go here. It will check whether the B11 is equal to south, 150, comma, double quotes, north. No need to give B11 is equal to south. B11 is equal to north. That's not required. And here, this is also not case sensitive. You can put it in cap letter and small letter also. North means 175. South is 150. North is 175, comma, double quotes, central, comma, 190. So every time, no need to give B11 is equal to south, B11 is equal to north, B11 is equal to center. One time just type B11, comma, south is 150, north is 175, central is 190. And one more advantage in switches, if the condition is not satisfied, if it is not south, if it is not north, if it is not central, comma, you can set a default value also, that is 0. Compared to that, I think switch is much easier and simpler. If you have the latest version for this type, I recommend it's better to go with switch. But one limitation in switch, one disadvantage in switch is you cannot check the numbers. You can check only with the alphabetical card. You cannot check B11 greater than, B11 less than. That's not possible in switch. Switch can be used only for the text comparison, not for the number comparison. Close bracket, enter. You can see all the three are giving the same output. Nested if, IFS, switch. All the three are giving the same output. If you are using the latest version of Excel, if you are using the Google Sheets, I recommend for this type of condition better to go with switch. Switch is far better. In 16 version, no other go, you have to use nested if only. Latest version 19. From 19 it's available. From 19. Yes. Right. This will work. Next one will work in all the version. Suppose I want to know what is the formula I have written here. Here I have written some formulas. Here I have written formulas. I have written some. That formula I want to know in some other cell. Instead of copy, if I copy and paste also it will not work. Specifically, what is the formula written here? I want to know what is the formula written here. So there is a function available called as formula text. Formula text. Formula text. 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 Formula text. Open bracket. Select the cell. Select the cell. Select the cell and enter. So it will show you what is the formula you have written there. And enna formula literally it will show you that formula here. So I want to know what is the formula written there. I don't want to go there and check it. I can check it from here itself. Formula text. Open bracket. Select the cell. What is the formula you have written? That formula will be literally visible here. Okay. So with the help of this exercise number 13, the entire exercise 13 which you are going to do. First, what I want you to do here is find out the age, experience of all the employees. Find out the age and find out the experience of all the employees. Find the age and experience in terms of years. So I want you to find out the age. I want you to find out the experience in terms of years. Your output should look like this. So this is my question. This is my output. Find out the age and experience of all the employees. Yesterday evening we have written the formula. Today morning also we have recapped this formula function. Take if. Find out the age and find out the experience. Both. Yes, sir. Age as well as experience. One minute. Very good. Almost most of you have done this, so let me do it here. First, we have to put the date in some other area. Equal to today. Today. Today, open bracket, close. No need to close the bracket, it will close automatically. Equal to date, diff, bracket open. The starting date is date of birth, comma, today's date. After selecting today's date, just press F4 once or twice to put a dollar, comma, double quotes, Y. Y is for years, close quotes, close bracket. So age is 52 years. Double click to copy this. Then experience, same formula. Date diff, open the bracket. To find the experience, we have to select the date of joining, comma, today's date, F4, comma, double quotes, Y. The formula is same, only the thing is you have to select the date of birth, here you have to select the date of joining. So experience is 29 years. Age is 52 for the first person, experience is 29 years. Okay. So with the help of this, the next one, find out the retirement status. You are going to find out the retirement status based on the age. If the age is more than 58, wherever the age is more than 58, then it should say retired. Otherwise, it should say in service. That's all. Very simple. If the age is more than 58 means they have retired. If the age is less than 58 means they are in service. If age is more than 58, retired. Age is less age is more than 58, the okay. The formula is I want to find out the retirement age equal to if bracket open age G11 greater than 58. If the G11 is more than 58, comma, double quotes, retired. Yes, retired. Else, comma, double quotes, service. So if the age is more than 58, that person has retired. Less than 58 is still in service. Yes. Now, so we did this. The next one is incentive percentage. You are going to calculate the incentive percentage based on this condition. The condition is if the department is marketing 10 percentage is the incentive. If the department is sales 7 percentage, marketing is 10, sales is 7. If it is not sales, if it is not marketing, 0%. Old version you can use for nested if. Latest version you can check with the switch. Latest version you can use switch function. Old version you can use nested ifs. Latest version use பண்ணால் switch try பண்ணுங்க please. Try with switch. Okay, but try with switch. Latest version. Overall using 365 19. They can try. Marketing 10%. South is போன செஷன்ல பண்ணமே. This is a south region 150, north region is 175. Same condition. Just 10 or 7 or 0. Now the latest question, right switch, right? Okay, I will do both. So let me first start with nested if, then I will use switch also. Equal to if, open bracket, department, E11 is equal to double quotes, marketing. If E11 is marketing, comma, 10%, first condition. E11 marketing are the 10%, first condition is over, comma, second condition, if same E11 is equal to sales, comma, 7%. If E11 is marketing 10, E11 is sales, then 7. Otherwise, It's not sales, it's not marketing, then it's going to be 0%. Close both the bracket. Open both, close bracket. So you close the bracket, enter or control enter. It says 0.1, that means 10%. Control shift to 5. And I copy this on the bottom. This is using the if, nested if. Nested if I did this. Same thing, let me do it in switch. Equal to switch. Select the department, comma. No need to say equal to E11 equal to marketing, E11 equal to sales. One time you can say E11, comma, marketing, comma, 10%, comma, sales, 7%, comma, 0. Simple. E11 marketing are the 10, E11 sales are the 7. If both are not there, then you can say 0. So both will give you the same output. You can use nested ifs, you can use switch also. So this is using switch function. Right. Find out the experience level. So I want to find out what is the experience level of all the employees based on the experience. Based on the experience, we are going to find out the experience level. What is the condition is, if the experience is more than 20 years, wherever the employee experience is more than 20 years, then it should display senior. They are the senior employees. If the experience is more than 10 years, middle level. Less than or equal to 10 years is junior level. So either you can use nested if, old version you can use nested if, latest version you can use IFS. Latest version IFS, old version nested ifs. 3 conditions. More than 20 years of experience is senior. More than 10 years is middle level. Less than or equal to 10 years is junior level. Okay. Thermal status. Okay. Experience level equal to if open bracket based on the experience. If experience is greater than 20, if H11 greater than 20, comma, they are seniors. One more if. Second if experience. What is the next one? Greater than 10. Greater than 10, comma, they are middle level. Another if, or it's not required. You can straight away say not greater than 20, not greater than 10 means they should be at the junior level. So straight away I can say junior. Because we have false option available in if close two brackets. Two bracket has to be closed. If X11 is greater than 20 senior, comma, if H11 is greater than 10 middle, else junior. Simple. This is okay. But same thing, you want to do it in the latest version. Unfortunately, you have to check all the three conditions. Equal to IFS, open bracket, experience, greater than 20, comma, senior. I'll put a small one, yes, sir. Comma, experience, greater than 10, they are, comma, they are juniors. Comma, third condition also you have to check. Less than or equal to 10 means they are, sorry, it's not junior. Earlier one is middle level, sorry. This one is middle level. That's all. More than 20 is senior, more than 10 is middle level, less than or equal to 10 is juniors. So you can use nested ifs or you can use IFS. IFS will work only in the latest version. Right? Maybe the last part of this logical function, last one. On the same sheet, when I go to the right hand side on the same sheet, you can see order ID, number of orders. So this is order ID, this is number of orders. Based on the order ID and number of orders, you are going to give a rating for them. So how you are going to give a rating is based on the orders, based on how many orders they have made. So if the number of orders is greater than 70, if the number of order is greater than 70, the rating is excellent. If the number of orders is greater than 50, very good. Number of orders is greater than 30, good. Less than or equal to 30, less than or equal to 30 is average. Less than or equal to 30, last one, less than or equal to 30 is average. More than 70 is excellent. More than 50 is very good. More than 30 is good. Less than or equal to 30. Less than or equal to. Yes. Or equal to 30 is average. You can use nested if, IFS. Okay, equal to, if open, same thing, no difference. If open bracket, order greater than 70, comma, excellent. More than 70 is excellent. Another if, orders greater than 50, very good, comma, if orders greater than 30, comma, good. Greater than 70 is excellent, greater than 50 is very good, greater than 30 is good. If it is not greater than 30, it should be lesser than 30 only. So straight away you can say average here for the nested if, because in nested if we have the false part available. Close 1 bracket, 2 bracket, 3 brackets. You open 3 ifs, 3 bracket has to be closed. So it says very good because the order is not more than 70. It's equal to 70. It should be more than 70. So double click. This is nested ifs. Same thing, equal to IFS. Open bracket. Order greater than 70. Comma. Excellent. Comma. Order greater than 50. Very good, comma, orders greater than 30, good. You have to check one more condition also. IFS, you have to check another condition. Less than or equal to 30 is average. 1 bracket open, 1 bracket close. IFS, only small thing is you have to check with all the conditions. All the condition has to be checked in IFS. But IFS is very faster. IFS will work very faster compared to nested ifs. Okay. So probably the next one we'll start. We cannot complete it fully. We'll start the next exercise. We'll start it. Exercise number 14. Once again, we'll see both the formula. We'll see the new classical formula as well as we'll see the new formula also. First, we'll see with the classical, then we'll see with the new formula. First, we'll finish off the classical formula, then we'll see about the new function also, new formula and function. We have a table available where I can see the employee number and employee name. Employee number and employee name is available. Based on this employee number or a name, we are going to find out what is going to be the designation. So we want to find out what is the designation of this employee. So we want to find out the designation here. So where is the designation part available is, yesterday you have downloaded 2 files. One is the exercise. There is one more file available in the same folder called as master. There is a file available called as master. In master, where we can see there is two master sheets. One is the employee sheet, another one is the defect details. So first let us start with the employee sheets, where we can see the branch name, employee number, employee name, gender, email ID, date of birth, date of joining, retirement age, designation, department and salary. Now we are going to find out what is the designation of these employees. I hope you would have guessed, you would have predicted what is the formula we are going to, or what is the function we are going to use here. The function to be used is VLOOKUP. Let us start with the classical VLOOKUP formula. We will see the new, I will explain the new XLOOKUP also. First we will finish off with VLOOKUP. We will see normal VLOOKUP, array VLOOKUP, nested VLOOKUP, errors in VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, adala mudistu. Then I will teach you how to do the same thing in XLOOKUP also. Okay. First let us start with this VLOOKUP. You know, there are several formulas available. V stands, you know what is that V stands for? V stands for vertical. So there is one more lookup called as HLOOKUP, which is for horizontal. But both the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP will work from left to right, correct? Right to left you cannot find it. For example, when I go to the master sheet, I can find, in the master sheet, I can find the employee name, designation, everything here. But the problem is, can I find the branch name here? So right to left, which is not possible in VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP you can find left to right. Left to right is possible. Right to left. Left to right is possible. Right to left is not possible in VLOOKUP. So if you want to use right to left in VLOOKUP, then we have to use one more function. First, as I indicated, there is a VLOOKUP function. There is a HLOOKUP function. Left to right. Right to left means we have to use another function called as index and match. If there is a error in lookup, we have to use one more function that is called as if error. And you have to use some cell referencing in VLOOKUP. Don't worry, everything we'll see one by one. And then we have to use something called as exact match or approximate match in VLOOKUP. All this function, even furthermore, all this function as replaced with one function. இது எல்லாத்தையும் ஃபங்க்ஷன்ல ரீப்ளேஸ் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. That is XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP you can do everything. You can do VLOOKUP, you can do HLOOKUP, you can do index match, you can do if errors, you can do cell referencing, you can use exact and approximate, everything in one lookup. That is XLOOKUP. So we'll see about XLOOKUP. First we'll finish off this part. Then after finishing off this part, then we'll come to this XLOOKUP. Okay. So let us start with VLOOKUP. Where we can use the VLOOKUP is based on your source data. How is your source data? My source data, the heading is on the top, data is on the bottom. So we are going to use VLOOKUP. If the heading is on the left and data is on the right, we will use HLOOKUP. So here we are going to use VLOOKUP. Before that, I have two files available. Could you tell me how can I move from one file to another file without using mouse? Alt tab. I expected you all say this. Alt tab will move from one application, one software to another software. If you want to move from one file to another file within the Excel application, I recommend to use Control tab. Control tab will move within the Excel one file to another file, instead of moving from one software to another software. As of now, Alt tab may work if you open only two files. If you open multiple softwares, I open PowerPoint, Google, multiple Windows, web browser, many things if you open, it will navigate between multiple files here, multiple softwares here. So better to go with the Control tab, which will move from one file to another file within Excel. So I recommend to go with Control tab, sir. Even in PowerPoint, even in Word also. But word to word, we have one more alternative shortcut key. Since you have asked, I will explain it. If you are opening a PowerPoint, you can open PowerPoint, you can open both PowerPoint using Control tab. I have two PowerPoint means I can go navigate between one PowerPoint to another PowerPoint using Control tab. So Control tab, one PowerPoint to another PowerPoint may work. But sometimes when you made a tab settings here, there is something called as tab settings in, we can apply some tab settings in PowerPoint and Word. If you have applied PowerPoint and Word tab settings, then Control tab may not work. So in that case, There is one more alternative shortcut key in Excel, sorry, in PowerPoint and Word. It is Control F6. Word and PowerPoint, not in Excel. Excel Control Tab, of course, fine. In PowerPoint also you can use Control Tab if you have not applied the tab settings. Word PowerPoint the tab settings no option irukku. I don't know how many of you are aware of it. Tab settings la kudukalam. If you are given the tab settings, then the Control Tab may not work. So in that case, you have to go for Control F6. It's the shortcut key for moving between one file to another file within the same Excel or Word or PowerPoint applications. Control Tab will work in browser also. If you are using browser, one browser to another browser, Google Sheets open pannireenga, mail open pannireenga, Control Tab will work there also. Right. Now let us come back to Excel. Now to go with VLOOKUP, we have 4 things. In XLOOKUP, we have only 3. We'll see that. First, let us start with VLOOKUP. In VLOOKUP, we have to know 4 things. The first one is lookup value. What is the lookup value? Lookup value is your input cell. What is input cell? The reference cell. Could you tell me based on which cell references we can find out the designation? I have 2 things. One is the employee number, another one is the employee name. Can you tell me which I can take as a reference? Employee number. Why can't we take employee name? There can be 2 employee or multiple employee with the same name also. So what you said is correct, employee number or employee code or whatever. So better to take the employee number. Super. So the first one is lookup reference. Lookup value is your employee number. Second, table array. What is the table array? Source table. A source table. But how do we select the source table? You have to select the source table, select it from the lookup value. You have to select the table from the lookup value. From lookup value, you have to select the table, source table. When you go to the source table, you have to select the source table only from the lookup value. That means a source table, don't select the source table from the branch name. Don't select it from the gender. Select it only from the employee number, because employee number is your lookup. Based on the employee number only, I want the designation. Don't select it from the name or anything. Select it only from the employee number. That is your table array. Second. Third, column index. Column index number. That is, what is your column index number? Is your output column number. So which you want it as output? That column number. So here, which I want it as output is, I want the designation. But how do we find it? Count. These are all the things it's not required in XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP la idella theviyilla. Column na count pannanum avasiyame kedai. Count it from lookup value. You have to count it from lookup value on the source table. On the source table. You have to count it from the lookup value on the source table. What it means? You have to go to your source table. You have to count the column number. Where is your column number? Designation. So what is the column number for designation? You have to count it from the lookup value. From the lookup value, you have to count the column number from the lookup value here. So from employee number, you have to count the column number designation. So tell me, what is the column number for your designation here? What is the column number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's the 8th column. If you are able to count it manually, very good. If you are not able to count it manually, if there are so many columns, very simply select it and check. From the employee number, just write, select it and check what is your column number. You can see on the bottom, it shows what is the count of column number. On the status bar also, on the top, you can see on the name box also, it shows what is your column number. Column number is 8. On the status bar also, you can see the column number. The column number is 8. Okay. The last input. Once again, the last input is not required in the XLOOKUP. Range lookup. Range lookup means whether you want an exact match or you want a approximate match. Approximate match is very useful. We'll see that. If it's an exact match, if you want an exact match, then you have to give 0 or false. Exact match are not 0 or false. You have to give 0 or false if it is an exact match. Comma. If it's an approximate match, then you have to say 1 or true. Unfortunately, VLOOKUP will work, default it will work as approximate match. VLOOKUP approximate match work unfortunately. XLOOKUP will work as exact match. We'll see that. So if it is an exact match, you have to say 0 or false. If it is an approximate match, you have to say 1 or true. Now tell me whether we are going to use an exact match or we are going to use an approximate match here. Exact match, because I want exactly this employee name, employee number is 2000084. You have to exactly find 2000084. If 2000084 is not available, find 200008586. That is called as approximate match. Here we are going to find out the exact match. So we have to use 0 or false. So these are all the things we have to aware. These are all the precondition we have to aware before writing the VLOOKUP. So after this, we'll see how to write the normal lookup, how to write the array lookup, how to get the nested lookups, how to handle the error in lookup, approximate match in lookup, and we'll see about X lookup also. Okay, time permits, we'll see about merge query also. If time permits, we'll see that. As of now, please save this file, because as I told, we cannot complete it. We have started it. We have to follow the timings since multiple training is going on. Save this file. We'll come back and we'll redo this exercise number 15 after our break. Okay, I'm pausing the video. I'll restart the. So I cannot place the cursor itself here. So I will explain that again. So my cursor will not go there itself. You can be here. Edit pannikalam, but you cannot edit it here. Not edit it. So unlock, give a password and unlock it. I repeat the entire step one more time. Select the entire table. Control 1. Remove the lock. Entire table, select it. Remove the locking. Totally remove the locking for the entire sheet. Entire sheet, there should not be a lock. Remove it. Next is select only this table. Control 1. Lock it and hide it. Then protect sheet. Uncheck that select locked cell and give a password. That's all. As I told you, cannot place the cursor here. Cursor in the you cannot place the cursor. It will not go there. Even I can use the mouse keyboard. I am using up arrow, down arrow, left arrow. It's not going to that selected locked area. Locked area cursor the cursor is not going to that locked area. They cannot edit it. They cannot do anything with that area. Right? Sorry. Formula theriyadu. Formula value over. That is on the hidden button. Protect workbook. They cannot copy your sheet also. Protect workbook and put structure, put password. They cannot copy your sheet also. Sheet cannot be copied. The important thing is you have to remember the password. That's more important. Remembering your password is a bigger challenge nowadays. We have so many passwords, so many numbers. And a friend he has typed all the password in one Excel sheet, and that Excel sheet protect with another password. The one password matrina gali. Okay, done. Now I have removed the unprotect this sheet and I have removed it now. As of now, I have removed the protection. Don't want the protection now. We have removed it. Now let us move on to the exercise number 15. Exercise number 15. After finishing all the VLOOKUPs, then we will come to XLOOKUP. We have transaction ID, we have transaction date, we have the product code, and we have the defect code. Now what I want you all to do here is, I want you to find out the product name. What is the name of the product? And what is the category of this product? So I want the name, category, and the price of this product. All the three by one formula. But where is that product details available? It's available on the next immediate sheet, next sheet, EX15. Next to EX15, you can see products, where we can see product code, product category, product name, description, PO number, PO date, in stock, reorder level, price. So here we have our source data. Now I want you to find out the name, find out the price by one formula. Don't write three formula. I want you to write one formula. But when you copy the formula on the bottom, it may throw some error. No worries. We'll see how to solve that error. And the error எப்படி solve பண்ணலாம்னு பார்க்கலாம். First, find out the name, category, and price by one formula. Don't write three formula. I want you to write only one formula. The source data is in the next sheet. Yeah, there will be some error. As I told you, will get some error. Some error. You will get an error. You have to come here. Copy on the bottom, you may get an error. It's clear. Not get the error on the first cell. Getting the error on the first cell, then there is a problem. Should not get the error on the first cell. Okay. Right. Select the cells equal to we look up. What's my input? My input is product code, comma. Go to that master sheet. Select the entire table from the product code here. Control shift right, control shift down, comma. Flower bracket. Could you tell me the column numbers? 3, comma 4, 2, comma 9. 3, comma 2, comma 9. Flower bracket close, comma 0. Close the bracket. Older version you have to press Control Shift Enter. Latest version just enter is enough. So we got this name, category and price, but the problem is when I copy this on the bottom, I'm dragging this once again, this problem can be solved very easily in XLOOKUP. But as of now, I'm copying this on the bottom. When I copy this on the bottom, it is throwing some error. So first it's correct, but here it is showing some error. Why it is showing some error? The first formula, it is taking C10K94. Last session, we didn't get this error. When I copied on the bottom, we didn't get the error because you can notice that in last session in the master sheet, Excel has automatically inserted some dollars. Dollar is automatically inserted. Even when I come down, the dollar is automatically inserted here. So when I come down, here also it is taking B10 1570. B10 K1570. For all the cells, it is starting from first and it's ending with last. It is searching on the entire table. That's why you are getting the right output. But here, we are searching the data in the same file. That's a problem here. Different file, no problem. Same file. So we are getting a problem here. There is no dollars. C10 to K49. So what is happening? When I come down, first part number, it will search from the first row to the last row. Correct. For the second part, product code, you can see it is searching not from C10, it is searching from C11. It is searching from C11. Third product, it is searching from C12, C13, C14, C15. Here, when I come to this product, I say EC is 1001, it is searching only from C15. So it is searching only from C15. Where is C15? This is C15. But my data is before C15. So that's why it is throwing an error. So what we have to do it is, when you are writing the formula from the same file, same sheet, same file, same sheet, select all the again. Select all the 3 cells again. Go to VLOOKUP, before VLOOKUP. As I told, this problem, if error, we have to use if error. Latest version, this is also solved. So no need to write a if error in the latest version. Old version, you have to do this. Before VLOOKUP, add a function called as if error before VLOOKUP. Before the VLOOKUP, add the function called as if error. If there is a error in this VLOOKUP, but data, data irundha error varudhu. So what we have to do, if error I will explain, If error I will explain. Here the data is there, but still it's showing the error. So select all the 3 cells. When I come down, the C10 is coming into C11, C12, C13. That should not change. So select all the 3 cells. Select all the 3 cells. Don't select one cell. Don't select the multiple cells. Select only the 3 cells. Go to the C10 to K94 and you have to insert a dollar. How can I insert a dollar? What is the shortcut key for it? F4. If error, I will explain the another few minutes. Then we have to press Control Shift Enter. Now copy this on the bottom. Drag it and copy this on the bottom. 100% you should not get errors. You can see there is no error. I repeat it again. Earlier my data is like this. It is showing the error. Why it is showing the error? When I come down, the row numbers are changing. I don't want the row number to change. Select all the 3 cells. Go to this product C10 to K94. That should not change. For all the product, it should search from first to last. So press F4. Then press Ctrl Shift Enter. Then copy the formula on the bottom. Yes. Now we are getting the output. For all the things we are getting the output here. Okay. If you are writing the VLOOKUP from same sheet, same file, different sheet, different file, no worries. You can see last session we have written VLOOKUP from some other file. So automatically the dollar will be inserted. Same file, there is no dollar. You have to insert a dollar. Right? If there is a error, here data is available but still it's showing error, we solved it. Suppose if the data is not there, for example, let me go here. I will type some product number, product code 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, some dummy product. I am typing some dummy product. Unfortunately, this product is not available in the master sheet. It's not available in the master sheet. So, NA is a error. I don't want this error. Instead of the error, I want to display some message, not found, not available, or empty. If the data is not available, just display empty. Okay. So what we do is, once again select all the 3 cells. Go before VLOOKUP. If there is a error in this VLOOKUP, because this data is not there in the master, I have typed some dummy product. This data is not available in the master. Before VLOOKUP, add the if error. Come to the last. Comma. Double quotes. What is the message you want? Suppose I want to display a message called as not found. This data is not found. Or I don't want to display the message. I want to display empty. Just put a empty here. Just you can remove this and just put an empty. Double quotes. Just a double quotes, empty. Or if you want to display the value, type the value. Like close the bracket. Ctrl Shift Enter. Now copy the formula. If the data is available, it will find you the data. If the data is not available, it is displaying empty. So if the data is available, it will display it. If the data is not available, empty. If error, select all the 3 cells and do it. Don't select one cell, you have to select all the 3 cells. If error. We'll see how to avoid this if error in XLOOKUP. Done? Clear? Challenges? Now the challenge which I want you to do here is, please open that master sheet. Just now, last is exercise in 14, we have opened that master sheet. Same master sheet, you can open it. There is one more sheet available in the master sheet, defect details. Under the defect details, we have some columns where we can see defect code, defect category, severity, reported by, priority, department, root cause, corrective action, preventive action, slow. There are so many columns available here. Now what I want you to do here is, here one challenge is, the heading is on the left and data is on the right. If the heading is on the top, data is on the bottom, we'll write VLOOKUP. If the heading is on the left, data is on the right, then we have to go for HLOOKUP. In VLOOKUP, we have to count the column numbers. In HLOOKUP, you have to count the row number. Just for example, now I want to know what is the root cause for this defect, root cause. I want to display the root cause. Tell me what is the row number for that root cause. Row number for the root cause. What is the row number? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Super. That's all. You have to count the row number. You have to count the row number. That's all. So with the help of this, so I want you to find out, maybe first I want you to find out the department, defect category, severity, all by one formula. I want the department, I want the defect category, and I want the severity by writing one formula. But one very important thing is, if there is a error, there will be some error. If there is a error, if error, then display no data. No data ன்னு எனக்கு ஒரு மெசேஜ் வரணும். That's all. If there is a error, display a message called as no data. A department, defect category, and severity. Write a formula to find all the three. But if there is a error in that, display some message called as no data. Of course, you have to go with H lookup, if error, H lookup, and if error. And instead of row column number, you have to count the row numbers. Instead of column number, you have to count the row number. Find out the department, find out the category, find out the severity. No data. You have to display a message called as no data. Message no data. It's appearing. H lookup. Okay. First, let us write the lookup, then we will add the if error. I will select all the three equal to H lookup because it's horizontal. H lookup, product code, defect code, comma, master sheet. Select it from this heading or without heading is your wish. Control shift down arrow, control shift right arrow, comma, flower bracket. Tell me the row numbers. 6, comma, 2, comma, 3. 6, comma, 2, comma, 3. Flower bracket close, comma, 0. Close the normal bracket. Control shift enter. At last you have to press control shift enter for accepting it. Yes, we got the output, we got the department name, we got the defect category, we got the severity, fine. But the problem is when I copy this on the bottom, till the end I am copying it, you can see there are some errors, NA. So this category is not available on the master. 121.004, it's not available on the master. So select all the three again, go to HLOOKUP. Before HLOOKUP, add the function called as if error. Come to the last, comma, double quotes, no data. There is no data for this. Close the bracket. Please remember when you write the array function, at last you have to press Control Shift Enter. Copy this on the bottom. Data. Wherever there is no data, I want to put a red. Could you tell me how can I do that? If there is no data, I want to put a red. Home tab, conditional formatting, highlight cell, equal to no data. If there is no data, I will put a red color. So wherever there is no data, it will show you the red. Yesterday we learned this conditional formatting. No data means red. So select the column, home tab, conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, equal to no data. And what is the color? Red color. Now, let us jump on to the exercise number 16. In exercise number 16, we have a name, we have the name of the person, we have the loan amount. And if the loan amount is between 0 to 1 lakh, the processing fees is 0, no processing fees. 1 lakh to 2 lakh is 0.5. 2 lakh to 3 lakh is 1. 3 lakhs to 5 lakh is 1.25. 5 lakh to 7 lakh 50 is 1.5. 7 lakh 50 to 10 lakh 1.75. 10 lakh to 15 lakhs 2. 15 lakhs to 20 lakhs is 2.25. 20 lakhs to more than 20 lakhs is 2.50. So here, based on the loan amount, we are going to bring the processing fee. Maybe we can find the discount tax, like this tax. This number to this number is this much of tax. More than your lakhs are there, tax we have this slab. 0 to 1 lakh is 0%. 1 lakh to 2 lakh is 0.5%. So we are going to find out what is the processing fees. For example, Balachandran, his loan amount is 24 lakhs. So what should be the processing fees for it? What is the output I should get here? Because his loan amount is 24 lakhs. Based on this slab, could you tell me what could be the output? Which one? 2.50. So you should get 2.50 as the output. So for this we are going to write a formula. I have seen people will write complicated if. If you can write the if function. Morning we did it. If greater than 1 lakh, 0%. More than 2 lakh, 0.5%. Or more than 3 lakh. So you have to write so many ifs. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so many ifs. Instead, we can do this in VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP also. Equal to VLOOKUP. Equal to VLOOKUP. Lookup value. That's my input cell. Input cell is my loan amount. Loan amount is my lookup value, comma. Lookup value, comma. Table array. Select the table array. This table. No need for selecting the loan slab. If you want to select it, you can select it. So before putting a comma, as I said in the last session, when you are writing the VLOOKUP from the same sheet, same file, please remember to insert a dollar. If you are not inserting the dollar, when I come down for the second person, it will search only from G3, G4, G5. It will throw some error. Make it as a practice, make it as a habit. Whenever you write a VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP or XLOOKUP from the same file, same sheet, please insert a dollar. F4, comma. What's the column number? I think 1, 2, 3. My processing fees is column number 3. 3, comma. Here is the change. Here is a small difference. From the morning, we are using exact match. For the first time, we are going to use approximate match. It should be approximately between 0 to 1 lakh. Approximately between 1 lakhs to 2 lakhs and 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs. And only important thing is your table should be in a ascending order. If it is not in ascending order, you cannot do this. It should be in ascending order. If it is a descending order, you can do it in XLOOKUP. VLOOKUP, you cannot do it. It should be in ascending order. So approximate match is 1. You have to type 1. If you want to approximate match, you have to type 1 or type TRUE, true. So I'm giving 1 here because it's an approximate. It's not an exact match. Close the bracket. Enter or a control enter. It says 0.025. That is 2.5%. So this is 2.5%. Could you tell me? I will explain it again. Before that, how can I convert this into a percentage format? Here, there is a small challenge. When I press Ctrl Shift 5, it's converting into a percentage. But you can see it's rounding off. 2.50, it's rounding off to 3. I don't want it. I want exactly 2.5. So what you do is, Control 1, the shortcut key for format cells. Control 1 and go to number and change to percentage. This percentage. Where we can see the decimal points is 2. So Control 1, go to the number and change this percentage where the decimal point is 2. Now you will get 2.50. Double click to copy this. It shows the percentage for all the loan amounts. So instead of writing a complicated if function, you can do this in VLOOKUP itself. I am repeating it again. Equal to VLOOKUP. Loan amount is my input, comma. Table array. F4. After selecting the table, you have to press F4. to fix it as a constant, because when you copy it on the bottom, it may throw some error. Comma 3, comma 1. Why 1? 1 is the approximate match. Close the bracket. Normally enter is enough. No need to press Control Shift enter, because it's not array. If it is multiple answer, we have to press Control Shift enter. Here I want only one output. I want only the fee. Not the, suppose I want the fee and loan slab 3, 4. Then here I can press Control Shift enter. But here I want only 1. So you can say 3, 1. Normally enter. Control 1 percentage. And okay. That's all. So we got the processing fees here. Okay. To be precise, this column is not required actually. Even you can delete this column also, no problem. This column is just for our references. So Excel will check only with this 0 to 1 lakh, 0%. 1 lakh to 2 lakh, 0.5. 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs, 1%. It will check only with this data. This data is just a dummy data for our reference. Excel doesn't use that column. It will check only with this column. So it will not check with the other column. Just for our reference, our understanding, we have inserted this column. Okay? Right. Yes? இது வச்சா apply ஆகும். அப்போ ஜீரோக்கு மேலே கம்மியாக இருந்தால் இது வராது. ஸ்டார்டிங்கே 1 lakhலேருந்து தான் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆகும். ஸோ இட் வில் இக்னோர் இஃப் இட் இஸ் less than 1 lakh, it will not check. வச்சுக்கலாம் சார், இதை காப்பி பண்ணி வச்சு. யூ கேன் delete this and you can bring it here. அதானே கேட்குறீங்க? யூ வாண்ட் டு bring this here. பட் இப்போ பண்ண முடியாது. இப்போ நான் ரிட்டர்ன் த ஃபார்முலா. ஸோ bring it and then write the formula. வராது. அப்போ வந்து இந்த ஜீரோ மிஸ் ஆகிடும்ன்ற. லெஸ் தென் 1 lakh எடுத்துக்காது. ஏன்னா இங்கே ஸ்டார்டிங் 0 to 1 lakh, இங்கே நீங்கள் ஸ்டார்டிங்கே 1 lakh தான். அப்போ ஜீரோ லெஸ் தென் 1 lakh, it will not show anything, it will show error. It will come here. இதுக்கு மேலே இங்கே போயிடும். பிலோ 1 lakh ஜீரோ வருமே. அதான் சொல்கிறேன், ஜீரோ வராது. இஃப் எரர் போட்டால் ஜீரோ வரும், என்ஏன்னு வரும், எரர் வரும். பிலோ 1 lakh போட்டால் எரர் வரும். அதான் நான் சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கேன், எரர் வரும். ஸோ நீங்கள் இஃப் எரர் போட்டு அப்புறம் ஜீரோன்னு மாற்றிக்கிங்க. நோ ப்ராப்ளம், தாராளமாக மாற்றலாம். இதுதான் இதில் இருக்க அட்வான்டேஜ். நாளைக்கு இப்போ எனக்கு பர்சன்டேஜ் மாறுது, எனக்கு மோர் தென் 20 lakhs இல்லை, மோர் தென் 30 lakhsனா இங்கே நீங்கள் 30 மாற்றிக்கலாம். ஆர் மோர் தென் எனக்கு 2.5 இல்லை, மை ரேட் ஹாஸ் இன்க்ரீஸ்ட், இட்ஸ் 3%. It will change here. Wherever if you change there, it will change your output also. இங்கே 1.5 பதிலாக வேற I want some other, 2 பதிலாக I want some other change பண்ணலாம். இந்த values also I can change. That's an advantage. Ifல இது பண்ண முடியாது. ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் you have to write if function. If open bracket வேணும், பெருசாக பண்ணணும். This is easy. We'll see how to do the same thing in XLOOKUP also. But before that, exercise number 17. There is a table available where I can say trans ID, location, date, order, amount. Now what are you going to do? Wantedly we have hidden some columns. After the column number A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S is not available. So no shortcut key for it. Select I and U, right click. Select I and U, right click, unhide. Yes. There is some columns available. Order amount, loyalty status, discount. Loyalty status, discount. So here what I want you to do it is, I want you to find out the discount percentage here. Find out the discount percentage. If there is a error, then display 0 here. You have to display a 0 if there is a error. If there is a error, display 0. Whether it's an approximate match or whether it's an exact match, I don't know. You have to decide. whether VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP, you have to decide. And when you copy it on the bottom, I should not get error. எல்லாத்துலயும் bottomல copy பண்ணா error வரக்கூடாது. For everything it should not. Less than 1000 there may be some error. More than 1000 you should not get an error. So decide what is the formula you are going to write here. VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP. Approximate match or exact match. If error is required or not, you have to decide. Try பண்ணுங்க. Just to try this. Question is available on your system itself. Yes sir, yes sir. I am coming. 1 minute. Wrong file is open. Okay. Sorry. So tell me what is the formula is equal to H lookup because it's horizontal. Select the order amount. Order amount, comma. Select this range. F4 dollar, comma, 3 comma 1. Close bracket. Normal enter is okay. Say 0.25. I think here I can use all or not, don't have decimal values. 2, 3, 5. If you have decimal values, then go to control 1 and do it. We don't have a decimal value, so you can press control shift 5. But when I copy it on the bottom, it is throwing an error. For 800, it's throwing an error. Why it throwing an error? Because my order amount starts from 1,000 only. Less than 1,000, we didn't give you any condition. So if the order amount is less than 1,000, no discount. So we are not going to give a discount for them. So what we do is, let us add a if error. Before H lookup, if error, come to the last, comma. I don't know why few people have did this. Don't put a double quotes because 0 is not a text. 0 is a number. Just type a number. Because when you calculate some formula and function based on this 0 into order amount, it will throw an error. Don't put a double quotes. It's not a text. It's a number. So just 0. Close bracket. That's all. Copy this on the bottom. If the data is available, it's finding the data. If the data is not available, it is displaying 0. So VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP. And one more thing, a small tip is, so this is my source data. Based on this data, this is calculated. Instead of hiding it, I have hidden it actually. Instead of hiding it, one more option is available. You can make it as a grouping so that suddenly I want to see this data. So I want to see the source data. My head or someone is asking based on what it's calculated. Instead of hiding or unhiding, you can group this. Select this data. Select this data, select that columns, data, under data, the last group called as outline. There is a group called as outline. If the screen is very small, you have to click on the outline. The screen is bigger, you can see the outline straight away. Go to the outline, group, or straight away click on this group. Click on this group. So now what has happened is all these columns are grouped. So what we can do is when I am presenting, I click on this minus. So now I want to see it back. I want to see the data. This can be used not only here. Instead of hiding it, I prefer to use this grouping. So now I want to see the column, click on the plus symbol. So I can see the column. Click on the minus symbol to hide that column. Instead of hiding, rows, columns, hide. Instead of hiding, it's better to use this grouping and ungrouping. Select it, go to outline, group. So if you don't want this grouping, select it again, ungroup, ungroup. Or select it, Alt, Shift, right arrow. Alt Shift right arrow is for grouping it. Alt Shift right arrow is for grouping. Alt Shift right arrow is to group. Select it and Alt Shift right arrow. Ungrouping, Alt Shift left arrow. Alt Shift left arrow is for ungrouping. Select it, Alt Shift left arrow will ungroup. Alt Shift right arrow will group. Alt Shift left arrow will ungroup. Even previous exercise also. This rows starting from 1 to 10 rows. Alt Shift right arrow. I can group this. So I can hide it just by clicking on one. It will be hidden. Just to click on this plus symbol, it will be unhidden here. Instead of hiding your rows and unhiding your rows, I recommend to go with grouping. Okay, right? Control. அதுக்கும் வரும் சார், அதுக்கும் இதே மாதிரி கரெக்ட் கரெக்ட், அதுக்கும் இந்த 1 2 3 will appear. Control 8 will totally remove that, control 8 will unremove that. Control 8 subtotal மாதிரி தான் is correct. Left hand side, but column wise it doesn't show like subtotal, row wise it shows like a subtotal 1 2 3 no. But let us see how to solve this. Latest version users Google Sheets, overall using Google Sheets, overall using the latest version. Let us see how to do this process in XLOOKUP. Come back to the exercise number 14. Delete, removing, Alt Shift left arrow. Select it, Alt Shift left. Sir, you have this. You don't want the grouping. Control 8, this will be Control 8, but that will go off. 1 2 3 irukadanga. Once again Control 8, it will come back. Okay, come back to exercise number 14. Now this problem what we did lookup, we are going to do this lookup not by VLOOKUP function. 14, 15, 16, 17, everything we are going to do it by not by V or H. We are going to do it by XLOOKUP. Unfortunately, sorry for the old version user 2016-19. Even 19 also it will not work. 21, 24, 365 Google Sheets, you can do this. You can do this XLOOKUP. So other people please take a note of it, because since you are going to migrate to Google Sheets, you can use this XLOOKUP function. In XLOOKUP function, only 3 things are required. The first one, lookup value, same thing what we did it for VLOOKUP. The VLOOKUP, the first one is lookup value input cell, same thing for XLOOKUP. First one is same thing, lookup value input cell reference cell, that is which is the input. I want the employee number as my input. Second, not a table array. Second one is not a table array. Second one is lookup array. Lookup array. What is that lookup array? Select the range. Select the range where we have lookup value. Select the range where we have the lookup value on the source table. On the source table. Select the range where we have the lookup value on the source table. You should not select the entire table. In VLOOKUP, we'll select the entire table starting from the employee number. We have to select the entire table. That is slowing down your system speed. I want only one input, one output, but you are selecting the entire sheet. So suppose I have 20 rows, columns, okay. Suppose I have 100 columns, 1000 columns. You have to select all the 1000 columns, which is slowing down your system speed. But whereas in XLOOKUP, we have to select only the input column. Which is the input column? My input column is the employee in this range. This range you have to select. Second. Third one is return array. What is that return array? Select the range. Select the range which we want as a output. Which we want as an output on the source table. This is source table. So on the source table. Select the range which you want it as output on the source table. On the source table. Okay, only 3 things. First one is lookup value. Second one is lookup array. Third one is return array. Let me explain this. Equal to XLOOKUP. Equal to XLOOKUP. Input lookup value, that is my employee number, comma, lookup array. What lookup array says? Lookup array, select the range where we want a lookup where we have the lookup value on the source table, So go to the master sheet, and select the employee number column. I'll go to the master sheet. Where is that employee number? Here it is. Don't select the entire column. It may slow down. Anyway, XLOOKUP is faster, but still. Select only that employee number column. Only that range. With the heading or without heading is your wish. But follow the same thing. If you are selecting with the heading, everywhere you have to select with the heading. So I am selecting with the heading. Control Shift down arrow. Select the employee number, comma. Third one, return array. Which you want it as output? I want the designation as output. So select the column or a range where we have the designation. Select that column. Select that range. Input is employee number, comma. Select the employee number column, comma. Select the output column, which is my output designation. That's all. No need to count the column number, row number, approximate match, exact match, nothing. Just press enter or a control enter. We got the output supervisor. Double click to copy. So literally you can see the VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP both are giving the same output here. And one more advantage is, I will explain it again. Before that, the advantages are, suppose in my source table, assume I'm changing my column numbers. I'm inserting a column before the designation, or I'm inserting some extra columns here. You can see this VLOOKUP, it is throwing some error. But whereas XLOOKUP will not show an error, it will give you the output. Even if you delete the column, if you add the column, if you move the column also, no problem. XLOOKUP will work. Whereas VLOOKUP, you can see it is throwing an error here. So if I am adding some new column, if I am deleting the column in my source, now I am deleting this column. Wantedly I inserted some column, now I delete it. Still the XLOOKUP is working. One more advantage I will explain. Equal to XLOOKUP input cell, that is my employee number, comma, master sheet. Select the range where we have that employee number. Only that column, comma. Select the range which you want it as an output. Sorry, I have to put a comma. Comma. Select the range which you want it as an output. Only the input column, output column. That's all. VLOOKUP, we are selecting the entire range. I want 9th column means we are selecting 1 to 9. But here it's not required. I want 9th column, select only the 9th column. Why to select the other columns? Unnecessarily increasing your file size, decreasing your system speed. So select the output column, close bracket. Enter. That's all. Another advantage of this XLOOKUP is equal to XLOOKUP. Employee number is my input, comma. Select this employee number. We know VLOOKUP we can find left to right, whereas in XLOOKUP I can find right to left. I want the branch. Yes, I can find out the branch also. Left to right is also possible. Right to left is also possible. In VLOOKUP, based on the employee number, I cannot find the branch. You cannot find the branch. Correct? You can find, based on the employee number, you can find the name, gender and other things, but you cannot find the branch. So select the employee number, which is my input, comma, which is your output. The branch is my output. That's all. So we got the branch name also. So XLOOKUP will work left to right, right to also. Both ways the XLOOKUP will work. Faster, simpler, easier, very efficient. And one more advantage I will explain in the next session. One disadvantage or limitation in XLOOKUP is at a time you cannot get multiple output. Like this, I want the designation department, I want 3 or 4 columns. That's not possible. You have to write 3 or 4 formulas for it. Continuous column is okay, non-continuous. I want 2nd column and 8th column. We cannot do it in XLOOKUP. அங்கே 2,8 பண்ணலாம், இங்கே அது பண்ண முடியாது. தட் cannot be done in XLOOKUP. Okay. One more advantage in this XLOOKUP is, let me come to this sheet, exercise number 15. Based on the product code, I want the product name. Next sheet. So let me write the XLOOKUP equal to XLOOKUP product code, comma, go to the master sheet, select the column where we have the product code, comma, select the column where we have the product name. That's all. But the problem is, like a VLOOKUP, there is no dollars here. We don't have a dollar, so it will throw a error. You can see there is no dollar. When I copy this formula on the bottom, it is throwing some error. So last session, even when I write a VLOOKUP also, when I copy it on the bottom, it throws the error. What we did? Not to get the errors, we are used some dollars. But in VLOOKUP, that's not required. What I will do is equal to XLOOKUP. Select the product code. Don't select one product code. Select all the product code at a time. All the product code. All the entire product code at a time. See the magic here. See the powerful feature of this XLOOKUP. Select the entire product code. Total product code. Comma. Master sheet also. Select the entire product code. Comma. Select the entire product name. Now you can see the powerful feature. VLOOKUP, first it will search the first product, go to the master, find it and display it. Second product, go to the master, find it and post it. Third product, find it and post it. That's why your VLOOKUP is very slow. But here, I'm going to just press enter. It has automatically fetched all the products here. One formula, all the products are displayed here. No need to copy, no need to use dollars. Only one formula. When I go to the second row, third row, you can see there is no formula here. It's graded out. No formula. You click பண்ணீங்கன்னா no formula available here. Only one formula on the top. Automatically it is getting all the output. One time it is going there and getting all the product code at a time. ஒரு தடவை போயிட்டு எல்லா ப்ராடக்ட் கோடையும் கொண்டு வந்துச்சு. தட் இஸ் வெரி ஃபாஸ்டர், ரைட்? இன்ஸ்டெட் ஆஃப் கோயிங் எவ்ரி டைம், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ராடக்ட், செகண்ட் ப்ராடக்ட், go there and get it. That's how VLOOKUP will work. But XLOOKUP, one time go there, get all the product and display it. Very faster and very simpler and very easier. That's why I recommend start using XLOOKUP. If you have the latest version, 2024 Office 365 Google Sheets, start using XLOOKUP. Stop using VLOOKUPs. If error, no need if error here. No need to put a if error. In VLOOKUP, we'll put a if error. No need to write a if error. Come to the last. VLOOKUP, lookup value, lookup array, table array. Just go to the last, comma. Straight away, if error is inbuilt. If not found. If not found, I will say there is no data. That's all. If error is also not required in XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP la if error pannalam. So almost all the problems are solved in XLOOKUP. Start using XLOOKUP. If you have the latest version, stop using VLOOKUPs. VLOOKUP RIP ன்னு சொல்லி 7 வருஷம் ஆச்சு. Which one? If error or you are asking the equal to, I am writing it from the start, equal to XLOOKUP. You should please be careful, don't have any formula on the bottom. கீழ எதுவும் இல்லாம பாத்துக்கங்க, because that will copy automatically. Equal to XLOOKUP, select the entire product code, because I don't want to go every time and search it one by one. One time search everything. So select the entire product code, comma, master sheet, Here also select the entire product code. Comma. What is the output you want? I want the product name. That also select the entire product name. But be careful. If you are selected with the heading, here also you should select with the heading. C9 to C94, E90, E94. And the array correct are no. Half here. Don't do that. The array should be equal. If you are selected with the heading, select with the heading. If you are not selected with the heading, don't select the heading. That's all. Close bracket. No need to close the bracket also. If you press enter or control enter, we got the output. All the output in one formula. If you do if error, come to the last comma. No need to put if error, straight away say no data. No need if error function also. So one formula, it has got all the results. Second row, third row, there is no formula. Top line is graded out. It is indicating there is no formula. When I click this, there is no formula there. Actually, only one formula. It's based on one formula. It's giving all the output here. As I told, very faster, very simpler, and very easier, and very efficient. Same thing. And the defect code equal to XLOOKUP. Select the defect code, comma, go to the master sheet, defect details, select the row. Don't select the column, select the input row, defect code, comma. I want defect maybe severity. Select the row where we have the severity. So instead of selecting the column, select the row. Enter. Got the output. So VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, index match, if error, dollars, nothing is required, everything. Approximate match, exact match. By default, it's an exact match. It automatically gives you the output. Everything you can straight away do it in XLOOKUP itself. Start using XLOOKUPs. Stop using it. Oh. Come again. Ah. Okay. Starting then. Starting. Start. Start but. Table order இருக்கணும்னு கேக்குறீங்களா அவுட்புட் ஆர்டரா வரணும்னு கேக்குறீங்களா புரியல எனக்கு. ஓகே. அவுட்புட் ஆர்டரா வரணுமா? பழைய வெர்ஷன்ல கிடையாது, புது வெர்ஷன்ல சார்ட் பை அப்படின்னு ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன் அதை யூஸ் பண்ணிப்பார். இல்லை நீங்கள் சாம்பிள் காமிங்க, எனக்கு இன்னும் எனக்கு 100% புரியல. பட் இதுதான் சொல்கிறீங்கன்னு நினச்சி நான் சொல்கிறேன். டேட்டா காமிச்சிங்கன்னா வேறு ஏதாவது சொல்யூஷன் இருக்கான்னு பார்க்கலாம். இப்போதைக்கு சார்ட் பை யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். இல்லை சாம்பிள் ஏதாவது இருந்தால் காமி, லஞ்ச் பிரேக்கில் ஏதாவது காமி. இல்லை நீங்கள் டம்மியாக டைப் பண்ணி கூட காமிங்க, எப்படி வேணும் நான் சொல்கிறேன். இப்போ இப்போதைக்கு சார்ட் பை. Any other questions, doubts, queries? Approximate value, very good. Exercise number 16. I want this processing fees. XLOOKUP equal to XLOOKUP. Select the entire loan amount. That's my input range. Comma. Select this loan amount. This is my input. Comma. What is output? Processing fees. Comma. If error. Error enna panna poran? I want to put a 0. Because if it is something error, 0. Or if there is a error, don't do anything. Just empty or comma put it. but I will put 0. If error 0, comma. The last next one. Exact match. Exact match is by default. Approximate match next. This is XLOOKUP advantage. Whether your data is in ascending order or whether your data is in ascending order. VLOOKUP will work if the data is in ascending order. Descending order data work. VLOOKUP will not work. But here, if data is in ascending order, -1, smaller, smallest to largest, ascending order, largest to smallest, descending order. My data is smallest to largest, so you have to use -1. If your data ulta varum, descending, then you have to say 1. So here I will say -1 because my data is in ascending order. Approximate match, ascending order. Close bracket. We got the output. -1 kudunga. All the difference. At last you have to say -1. 0. 0 is for if error, comma, -1. -1 is approximate match. So you can do the approximate match in XLOOKUP also. So whatever we did it, except the array 2, 3, la panna mudiyadhu XLOOKUP. Except that everything you can do it in XLOOKUP itself. Okay. Any other? Please explore the XLOOKUP function, or in the recording session video you can watch this and try. Who are all using the older version here, you can open the Google Sheets and try. Company Google Sheets illana kuda at least you can personal Gmail ID irundhale neenga Google Sheets use pannalam. Adha try panni paarenga. Illa personal Outlook Hotmail irundhuchina online Excel neenga use pannalam. Online Excel is also free of cost. You can go to online Excel and you can try this XLOOKUP function also. So try after this training session, gradually come to XLOOKUP function. Stop using VLOOKUP. So stop using it. Start using it. Start using XLOOKUP. Right? Shall we move on to the next one, or any other questions, queries? We'll start the next exercise. We cannot complete it. I think we started the next exercise before, at least half an hour before. Since there are mixture of version, now VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, it has taken some time. Otherwise, we should have started the next exercise now itself. No problem. Your understanding, your learning is more important. So let us move on to the exercise number 18. We'll start the exercise. We cannot complete it. We'll start this. So this will take at least 3 to 4 hours to complete this. We'll try to complete as much as possible. From yesterday till now, we have seen how to analyze our data, how to write a formula, how to write a function, how to do a conditional formatting. First time we are going to see how to make a reports, how to convert your data into a decision making, how to convert your data into a report form. So we have a small table, zone, south zone, east zone, north zone. We have some segments, we have some part names, application, category, purchase cost, process cost. We are purchasing some product, we are doing some process. There are some expenses. After that we are selling the product and we have profit and loss. So we have this table available. Based on this table, I want to create a report based on this. But you can ask me, why this data is fine? Why to get this as a report? Yeah, report I want to know which zone has more sales, which zone has more profit and loss, which zone has more percentage of profit. So you cannot find it here because it's simple data. I want to convert this data into decision making reporting. So we have to create a report. To create a report, one of the powerful, one of the popular feature used in Excel. Even this type of report is not possible other than Microsoft Excel. Even you can use Google Sheets or WPS, any software. This kind of flexibility of report is not possible in other tools. It's possible only in Microsoft Excel. The tool which we are going to use it. Could you tell me, based on how many tables can we create a pivot? எத்தனை டேபிளை பேஸாக வச்சுக்கிட்டு பிவட் பண்ண முடியும்? எனி ஐடியா? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many tables? Only one table. You can create a report based on only one table. You cannot create a report based on two tables. If you want to create a based on two tables, last session what we did, we have to write a VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, bring the column here and create a report. But whereas this till 2010, I showed you yesterday, there are how many rows? 16,000 columns and 10,48,576 rows in 2007. Till now they have not increased. Why? Because of these features, next features. So there is from 2010 of Microsoft Excel, they have added a feature called as Power Pivot. If I start using Power Pivot, no need to write a lookup function. No need to write XLOOKUP also. No need to write VLOOKUP also. So multiple table, very easily you can combine and you can create a report using Power Pivot. And as I told, we have 10 lakh rows and 16,000 columns, which may be sufficient 10 years before. Now it's not sufficient. We have lakhs and lakhs of columns, million, billion, trillions of rows are available. Now you can have entire global data in one area, correct? Entire company data, now we can have it. In olden days we cannot have it. Now we can have it. Everything is on the clouds. So I want a bigger data. Every day I'll download the data. Every month, every week I'll download the data. I want to consolidate it, multiple sheets, multiple files. So we have to trim it, we have to transform it. For that, there is a tool available called as Power Query. Olden days, people will learn macros. Now we are not using macros. We are using Power Queries to repeated job. If you want to do some repeated activity, Power Query is the best method. If you are using macro, stop using macros. Stop using macros. Start using Power Queries. Suppose if you are using macro is already slow. If you are using macro, suppose I am writing 5,000 rows. Today I am adding another 50 rows. So macro will run for 5,050 rows, whereas Power Query will run only for 50 rows, which is very faster, which is very easier, which is very simple. Then I want to convert my report into a dashboard. For that, we have a tool called as Power View. We had a tool, now this tool was removed. Only 3 are there: Power Pivots, Power Queries, and Pivots. Combination of all the tools, now we have this tool called as Power BI. What is BI? BI stands for Business Intelligence. 2 I's are very popular nowadays. One is AI, Artificial Intelligence. BI, Business Intelligence. So if you want to go to next level, I think in Google Looker Studio, Google Power BI not equal, somewhat like Power BI, we have something called as Looker Studio, which is used for creating a dashboards and reports. So if you want to create a dashboards and reports, you want to come to the next level, then you have to go to Power BI. அடுத்த லெவலும் இருக்கு. Power BI, Power App, Power Automate. நீங்கள் டெய்லி மெயிலே அனுப்ப வேணாம், ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலி இட் வில் ட்ரிகர் அ மெயில். உங்கள் டேட்டாவை பேஸ் பண்ணி ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலி ட்ரிகர் மெயில் போயிடும். சப்போஸ் ஐ வாண்ட் டு சென்ட் அ மெயில் டு மை கஸ்டமர், இஃப் 30 days பேமெண்ட்டே வரல, ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக 30 days வரும்போது மார்னிங்கில் இட் வில் சென்ட் த மெயில் automatically downloaded the data. No need to go to SAP and every time download the data. It's automatically done by using Power Automate. So இதெல்லாம் அடுத்த டூல்ஸ். Power BI க்கு அடுத்தது Power App, Power App க்கு அடுத்தது Power Automate. So surprisingly, all the 3 tools are free of cost. Just use your corporate email ID and log in and start using the Power BI, Power Automate, Power App. எல்லாமே free of cost. You can use it. Only thing is you cannot publish it in online. Online நீங்க publish பண்ண முடியாது. If you want to publish it in online, you have to go for the licensed version. மற்றவங்களுக்கு ஷேர்லாம் நீங்கள் பண்ணணும். Within your system you can use it. You can create a report, you can create a connector, projector and show it to others. அதெல்லாம் பண்ணலாம். You cannot share the report to others. You cannot share the Power App to others, Power Automate to others. You can do it within the system if you have the corporate email ID. So I think you are all having the corporate email ID is your name at your company.com. The Gmail, Outlook mail ID irukudadu. So if you want to go to the next level, please start using this, right? Unfortunately, you are going back to Google and WPS. Microsoft next level if you want to go to the next level in Excel, PowerPoint, Power Pivot and Power Queries, you have to go for BI. Personally, for me, nowadays, more training. 10 years before, I can say more training, I will do it in Excel. Nowadays, OneNote open I have more trainings only on Power BIs, Power Apps and Power Automates now. Excel kuda, I am not doing normal Excel. We are doing Excel Power Pivots and Power Queries. So normal Excel is, what we have did is level 1 of Excel. Normally people ask level 3, that is Power Pivots and Power Queries. So in next level, I please recommend start using Power Pivots and Power Query if you are going to use Excel further. In Microsoft Excel, if you are if you are not going to use Excel, if you are going to Google Sheets or something, start using Google, the Looker Studio, try not equivalent to Power BI, somewhat it will be there. So start using Looker Studio, which is available in Google Sheets. Okay, so let us start with but I have seen some people are using Power BI here. Use Pandringan. Few people are using Power BI. And Rane also I have seen it. Some people are using Power BI. I have seen some people are creating reports in Power BI. Some, not everyone. It's free of cost. Download panni use pannunga. Download just go to app.powerbi.com. Start using it. You have to log in through your email ID. Download app.powerbi.com. Personally, but you should have the corporate email ID. I might make.powerapp.com. Make.powerautomate.com. Start the world is running to the next level. You have to go to the next level. Everything is automated nowadays. Use explore it. Start using the old technologies. Macros, start using these features. Right. Let us create a report before we'll start this exercise before the break. We'll start this. Now I want to create a report. Let us come back to that Excel sheet and we have to create a report. Before creating the report, 3 important conditions. I think you hope you are all aware of the 3 important conditions. No merged cells in between. There should not be any merged cells in between. Second is your table should have a heading. Third condition, your heading should be unique. Okay, these are all the 3 conditions before creating a pivot table. Not only for pivot table, these 3 conditions are common for even sorting, filtering, subtotalling, chart. For everything, these 3 conditions are same. No merged cells in between. Table should have a heading. Heading should be unique. But how can I find it? Whether my table is having a merged cells or not, whether a table is unique, table heading is unique or not. How can I find it? If you are using the older version, no other go, you have to manually find it. But as I told, the latest version, go to the tab called as Review. Under the tab of Review, you can see there is an option called as Check Accessibility. Check Accessibility. It will check whether this table is accessible. Is there any problem in the table? Any merged cells? Any heading is missing? Color is also not good. Sometimes in a color seriya table name, you are not given the column name, sheet names. It will check accessibility. Click on Check Accessibility. Keep going. There is no problem in this table. Somewhere else there is a problem. Head to hard to read a text. This text la color seriya kudukala. This sheet la I didn't give a proper color. Adu mattum dhaan enakku problem varudhu. Keep other things are fine. There is table heading is correct. Merged cells la illa. So hard to read. Which one is hard to read? I click this. The thumbs up. I clicked on some emojis. So this color is not perfect for audience to read it. Change to some other color. They are giving a suggestion. So I'll change it to some other colors. So like this, if you want to check the accessibility, whether your data is perfect or not, then you can go to the Review tab and click on Check Accessibility. If your table, if your sheet is very slow, unwanted formulas, unwanted formatting, unwanted functions are available. I don't know whether you have noticed it. When I press Control End on your Excel, It's ending on this table exactly. It is ending here. Perfect, no problem. But we are not using Excel only for analyzing. We are using Excel for everything. நம்ம Excel எல்லாத்துக்குமே யூஸ் பண்றோம். Letter writing, even to take a phone number note பண்றது, email ID note பண்றது, எல்லாத்துக்குமே Excel யூஸ் பண்றாங்க. Suppose for example, I'll go to the sheet, I'll go open the file, and I'll go to some other maybe column number R. I'm typing something here. Temporarily I'm typing something here and I'm deleting it. Type பண்ணி within a few seconds I deleted it. I thought this data was deleted. But now, when I press Control End, you can see my data is ending at column number R. Even though I entered and I deleted it. So, இதெல்லாம் நீங்க load பண்ணும்போது it will increase your file size because it is treating this also as a part of your table. இதை நீங்க upload பண்றீங்க Power BI or Google Sheets எங்க upload பண்ணி, this will consider this also a part of your data. That's why your file size is very larger. You have to delete it, manually select and delete everything here. But this also will be taken care by the latest version of Excel. Review, check performance. It will check the performance and it will clean up your table. So there are so many tables, unwanted rows and columns are available. Optimize all. It will optimize it, it will clean up and it will make your system very faster. So உங்கள் சிஸ்டமை ஃபாஸ்டராக இருக்கும். இதுவும் லேட்டஸ்ட் வெர்ஷனில் தான் இருக்குது. மேனுவல் ஓல்டு வெர்ஷன் யூ ஹேவ் டு மேனுவலி செலக்ட் த எம்டி காலம்ஸ் அண்ட் டெலிட் இட். கண்ட்ரோல் ஜின்னு ஒரு கான்செப்ட் இருக்குது. கண்ட்ரோல் ஜி blank and you have to delete the blank cells manually in older version. But here it will optimize all, where it will clean up your sheet and it will make your system much faster. So optimize. This is also possible in the latest version. Okay. So try to explore these features. Or நீங்க old version use பண்றீங்கன்னா to clean up your data, Control A, select the entire, Control A, select the entire sheet, Control G, special, blank. Old, but it will take some time. Let us just very faster. Blank, it will select all the blank empty cells. All cells will be selected. Clean up it. How to clean up it? Go to Home tab. If the entire column, you can select the entire column and you can push Control minus. It's not an entire column. So go to Home tab, clear. There is an option called as clear all. Eraser symbol. Clear all. Which will clean up your data. Unwanted data, unwanted colors, formatting, that will clean up. But unfortunately, you have to do this in all the sheets. Manually, you have to do this in all the sheet if you are using the older version. Older version, no other go. I repeat it, Control A, select the entire sheet, Control G, special, blank. Select all the blank cell. After selecting all the blank cell, then use go to Home tab, go to clear, eraser symbol, clear all. This will improve the performance. This will increase or decrease your file size. And unfortunately, you have to do it in all the sheets. Each and every sheets la you panni avano old version. Latest version and the ore button check performance. It will check your performance, it will improve the efficiency of it. Save panni, close panni, open. Save and close and open it. Or still you select that column body and Control minus use panninga, that will go. Or close and reopen it. Okay. We have 3 or 4 minutes. So what is the report we want to create? I will explain it. Report we will create it in the afternoon. So we are going to create many reports. Reports. We are going to create a dashboard, yearly, monthly, weekly report, aging analysis, charts. So many things we have to learn after this. The most important feature we are going to learn. After the break, what is the concept? What is the report we are going to create is, I want zone wise, segment wise, each zone wise, each segments wise. We are going to find out what is the sum of purchase cost, sum of process cost, sum of expense, sum of sales, and sum of profit and loss. After doing it, how to change sum, average, count, maximum, minimum, percentage without disturbing your table, how to create our own formulas and function. உங்கள் டேபிளையே டிஸ்டர்ப் பண்ணாமல் தனியாக ஃபார்முலாஸ் ஃபங்க்ஷன்ஸ்லாம் how to create it. As I told, aging analysis, yearly, monthly, weekly reports, slicers, timeline, dashboards, so many things. Dynamic table ஒரு முக்கியமான கான்செப்ட் இருக்கு, very important concepts of dynamic table. Everything we are going to see after this. The next session is going to be the most important sessions. So இப்போதைக்கு will save the file. I think if I start, it has to be completed. Pivot table start பண்ணனா it has to be completed. So I'm pausing here. So we'll start our next part after our lunch break. Lunch break முடிச்சிட்டு வாங்க, then we'll see the next one. Like yesterday, try to come as soon as possible. We have to cover as soon as possible. Our target is 4:15. We have to complete our session. Break முடிச்சிட்டு அப்புறம் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆப்ஷன் வரும் சார். அதுக்கும் ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன் இருக்குது, ஃபில்டர்னு. எல்லா ஆப்ஷனும் வரலாம், ஃபில்டர்னு ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன். நீங்கள் எக்ஸ்லூக்காக போய் கேட்டு நான் சொல்லியிருப்பேன், மேபி அப்புறம் கேட்டு நான் சொல்கிறேன். தெர் இஸ் ஒன் மோர் ஃபங்க்ஷன், நெக்ஸ்ட் லெவல் ஆஃப் எக்ஸ்லூக் சொல்கிறோம். ஆஸ் ஆஃப் நோ அது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வேல்யூ மட்டும் தான் எடுத்துகிட்டு வரும். Sorry, I have to stop the recording.